So what I'm going to show you, I'm going to use Amir's newsletter, and I'll just flash that up. These are the highlights of the major changes in the new version. So I'm just going to hit these, because if I hit these, you will all know what are the bells and whistles and the wows and the power of the new 14.2. Let me start by saying that the login is right through the single sign-on. CT Pass, click on Prism, brings you here. So it's very similar to what you had. The biggest change in navigation is that you have this deal on the top called Home, that it has everything that you see in the left nav is being brought and put on this pull-down fashion. Why? Because it saves us horizontal space. And I'll show you shortly even that the mid-nav and has moved here. So it's just not the left nav, but the mid-nav as well. All right? So that's the first thing. The other powerful thing is the favorites. You could add any window from any project to your favorites, and you can manage this list. This allows me to drill quickly down into anything that I like, including task management custom object. So you can configure it, you can edit it, you can delete things, add things. Things that I do often, I just store it there. This is very similar in look and feel. Double clicking, this is very neat. Double clicking on this blue strip minimizes or maximizes the content of that portlet. This is kind of a Microsoft Windows thing. The options, previously we've seen a lot of configure, but now we have this little gear symbology that it allows you to do many things, configuring and all the exporting and etc. etc. So that's the general look and feel changes. The next powerful thing that I like is the inline edits. Now here is the inline edit. I don't have to put this in an edit mode. Notice if I go to this gear symbology here, there is no edit mode. Previously we had edit. Another powerful thing, team, is called the auto suggest. I think that has become our team's most favorite one. Note that on the manager, which as you and I know is the project manager, all I have to do is type the last name of the PM rather than clicking on the binoculars. Just start typing, not the first name, right beneath it, not just one, it could be a stack. There's only one PM that starts with Elham Shari. So when I do this, Elham, and then I select it, now I can filter. That's it. So that is what we call the auto suggest. Most of the filters have this. That is true. There is binoculars. Try it out. There is no more WBS view. Notice I do not have anything else here. There is no WBS. Well, Gantt replaces the former WBS. Let's demonstrate that. If I click on Gantt, it opens up a separate window. So what I'm going to show you, I'm going to use Amir's newsletter, and I'll just flash that up. It is very quick in response. I can expand it all. That means show me all of the, not just the phases, but subtasks. Quick navigation. Easily manipulatable, configurable, sortable, and I want to show you this and an inline edit, and a very powerful thing that happens with the dates and the durations kind of going back and forth. So here's tasks, and Gantt opens up a brand new window. Very good. Now I'm going to utilize this functionality that says create tentative schedule. Are you sure? Yes. So if I do this and I say auto schedule with options, okay, forget resource constraints, start successors on next day, and I'm going to hit auto schedule. So look at this. If I change this, this is inline edit, by the way. This is a good opportunity. If I put 300 and just click away, notice the date automatically changes. For the same token, if I do undo, here's the undo. Are you sure? Yes. It does undo that last thing. Now this was not available before. We didn't have an undo. I undid one and I said, you know what, that's not what I meant. I really wanted to change the date and have it calculate the duration. I can say, you know what, this baby has to finish end of June. When you click away, it says, then you need 215 days. So if you're good with that, now you can auto schedule, have a domino effect down the line and publish if you like. But there's a printable view. Here it just hides the Gantt in and out. Maybe you just want to print this tabular form, right? You don't want the Gantt, you just hide it. Lock, unlock.
Hey Edmond, this is Jennifer in District 11. I've got a quick question about copy from template. Is it in this view or the other view or both?
If I'm in the task view, certainly if I go to actions, there is that. In the Gantt, I have not seen the feature of adding copy from template. I've seen it in the entry point to a project as well as the task, but not here. I personally, again, I compared the new Gantt to the new Open Workbench. I still like to slice and dice in Open Workbench.
Sorry, are we going to be able to play around in this before the live rollout?
Yeah, there's going to be a 3-day PMSU validation period prior to cutover, production cutover, so you guys can help us find any last-minute defects that we may not have found during testing.
So for the task manager, we have approximately 2 15-minute videos to talk about all the changes and improvements from the old to the new version.
And welcome to an orientation.
15 minutes, 2 15-minute videos. 1-5. I'm assuming the project manager will be another 15-20 minutes, so they'll have 3 segments.
To start with, one of the primary differences between the new version and the prior version is that the left navigation has moved from the left side, as we had it in the previous version, as you can see on the screen, to the top. Here in the new version of Prism, we have a menu bar located here, which does by default have the home and favorites group of commands.